Put it on, girl. Let me see it. Put it on, girl. Let me see it.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Accidentally Informed,
where we can't guarantee that you'll learn something, but you always do.
You actually do. Like, hey, what kind of color coordinate today? We have like a purple kind of thing going on, colorful.
Yes, I love your hair.
I just got my hair done and then went to pick up my car, my Bentley that's been in the shop for a while. They want $27,000 to fix everything.
They want $27,000 to fix the Bentley.
So my key fob, the button doesn't push down anymore. They want $2,000 for that. They think I'm gonna pay $5,000 for an oil change. Strut. So when I was on my tour, the car was not started up while I was gone. So the battery died. So then it kind of rested on its like laurels on its strut. And like the bags, it's on bags. $15,000 for that. Some other stuff. I'm like, what? Would you just like to take my right arm or my left arm? So yeah, it was crazy. But I'm gonna go get a second opinion at not the dealership. I was at the dealership. You know, the dealership's always like, really expensive.
Oh,
I don't know who they think I am. I'm popping, but I'm not that popping. I would never. You're never getting 25 grand for me to fix 27,000 to fix a car. It's not happening.
Oh my gosh. See, I've never been like a car girl. I have a vehicle that my husband purchased 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He bought it cash off the lot because that's okay. So this is the hack, right? Well, for starters, he was going back to Canada. So he's like, okay, I need to own this vehicle. Didn't go back to Canada. And then we shared this car forever until he got another car like 3 or 4 years ago. So my car is 11 years old. It has 50,000 miles on it.
Okay, that's not bad.
That shows you I drive like Miss Daisy. Okay. I do not. So when people are like into cars and stuff, I'm always like, I have this car. It still runs. That's it. That's it for me.
My Bentley's not brand new either. It's not, but it's like it's going to be a classic. Like it's like the engine is like it's a V12 and they stopped making them for a while. But I love the car. When I got it, it had low miles. I got a great deal on it. And because it wasn't brand new, I bought an extended warranty, which cost me $10,000 for a warranty. I never used it, not one time. Okay. It expired this past February. I was on tour with the play. My car wasn't driven for months. It was in the cold. So the batteries died. It takes 2 batteries to put it back to get the charge. Once the charge falls below a certain level, it wreaks all kind of havoc. I can't recline the seats anymore. I have to replace those. The seats to replace the modules underneath, $8,000.
Okay. This is like, this is too much for my head to process. I'm going to talk about, Michelle Ingram says, no, lease one. Okay. So yes, leasing a vehicle is smart for a lot of reasons, but the reason why, if you're in a position to do it, to purchase a vehicle, is that you can lease that vehicle back to yourself. So if you have an LLC, now you're leasing it back to yourself as opposed to giving that money to the government.
Yeah, at the time I was making a ton of money and I was like, listen, I'd rather, it's all part of my life, my image, there's some business expenses there I can use, right? And I figured like I'd rather give it there than the government. But listen, it's when one thing goes wrong in that, you're like, oh my God, like it can't possibly cost that much.
Yeah.
So 1 month after the warranty expired, all this stuff happens. And sometimes what people don't know, KJ told me this, is you can actually contact your warranty company and say, hey, never used it. And in good faith, sometimes they refund you, they rebate you some of the money because you never used it. But of course, when I call, they ain't picking up the phone. They like, we got your money, girl. So I spent the extra $10,000 on top of what I paid. So yeah, it is no joke. Let me tell you something. Think wisely. Never buy a used car or any car that does not have a warranty. And once that warranty goes, I don't know why it happens like that, where immediately things go wrong.
It's kind of, it happens with everything. Your iPhones, everything. I do want to wish Michelle Ingram a happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday, Michelle.
Hey, happy birthday, lady.
Nini's wig says, you have the briefcase, Claudia. Okay, that's hilarious. So you
ain't no million in there. That's the problem.
Is there a number in there?
There's nothing in there. People want to know what's like when I used to be on Deal or No Deal. My neighbors, Mark and Tracy, who are awesome, they bought me this when I was on Deal or No Deal Island. It's nothing inside, but you can put whatever you want inside. But it's a pretty nice case. Wouldn't it be cool if I travel with this? Like, would that be a little arrogant?
I think you should. It's a perfect carry-on.
But
Perfect.
you gotta have money. You know what? When I go pay the Bentley dealership, I will have to bring this case filled with money when I go, because that's about how much it's going to be, a case full of money to pay for it. Anyways, how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty uneventful, other than my younger brother and his family live here in Denver now, and that's amazing because I get to see my nieces all the time, and they're 3 and 6 and they're super cute. But we do Sunday dinners because my brother is, he's not a chef by trade, but he was on MasterChef, so he's a very accomplished chef.
Okay. He's a good cook.
Yeah, when the Sunday dinners roll around, we go to his house or he comes here and cooks. He's always cooking. And it's so awesome just to like spend time with the family. What'd you do? You've been so booked and busy.
I don't even know where I am anymore, Erica.
Yeah.
Plus, I've been doing these crazy workouts, like 2-a-days. I'm really trying to like really get it together and like trim down. I was in Atlanta for 36 hours. I did, of course, I did Carlos' podcast, Reality with the King, on Monday, but also did 2 episodes of Dish Nation. One airs right now at 7:00 Eastern time. And then I did 3 episodes of Side Dish, which is a spinoff of Dish Nation. I did that. Been working out, running around. I have a lot of offers that have come all of a sudden for like films, but it's like 2 days here, 3 days there, but coordinating the schedule. Then I just got the schedule for the premieres in different cities for the movie run. We have one on the 25th in New York, the 26th in Atlanta, the 27th in LA, and then the movie comes out nationwide on the 29th. So I got to go to those premieres. I've got to like come to Denver. We're doing our shoot. The premiere of The Handyman, which is the other movie I did that's going to be on TV. I think that's August 16th in Detroit. I don't know. I need an assistant. But
yeah, you do.
Some of them, I just don't trust them, man. They get
you can we'll find you a great assistant. You definitely need somebody to help you. What I love informers about this just era for Claudia is that, people like to run their mouth a whole lot about this woman. I would just say, don't ever bet against her. Like, Claudia, you are in your era. You are in your moment. I believe this is the best era for you yet. And I am so proud of you. It makes me so happy to see you like just all over the place. And I know our informers feel the same way. So
thank you. I just don't know how I'm going to make it all like work when I plug it. Like, I prayed for this chaos and now I'm getting it.
Yeah.
And more, like, if you like pitch a bunch of things, you're like, all right, if one of them happens, I'll be so happy. Well, like 2 of them or 3 of them have returned back like, yeah, we think we want to do, like, one show sent me over a budget breakdown for like 3 months of worth of shows. And it's like a dream situation. And then like, it's first world problems. I'm not complaining, but it's like time management is going to be of, the most importance. And then this show continues to grow. People are loving the show. We were going to have Carlos King on tonight, but he scheduling and timing, and he's super busy as well. So, I just want to let everybody know that we will have him. I also reach out to Drew Sidora and also Shamia from Atlanta Housewives to see which one of them could come on next week. So we might have a packed show next week. Okay. So people want to come to our show now. Okay.
Yes, I love that. Wanda Fuller says, Claudia wants everyone to win. That is so true. That's the reason why she continues to be blessed. Los Lounge says, yes, she does, Wanda. I can testify to that. Absolutely. I know you did Los's podcast. I'm excited to join him for his podcast as well. So
I did volunteer. I said, Erica's going to do your show. Yes,
of course.
You are signed up to do his show. And please, he's building his show. He's done a bunch of shows. Los Lounge podcast. He is like an undiscovered gem as far as I'm concerned, as far as numbers. Like, his content is there. His personality is there. I would love for you all to go follow Los Lounge, Los 'S Lounge podcast. He's really good. He's funny, and he edits these videos for us. He is so dope. I love him. And I can't wait. When are you doing it? Do you know when you're doing it?
No, we haven't connected yet, but I talked to you that day and I was like, yeah, of course. Of course I'm doing
Los,
this.
she'll be with you next week.
Yeah.
She has
Yes,
time.
I will send you the Calendly, Los.
Okay, we got you on the calendar. All right. So let's get into the show. We have a lot to unpack today. So, all right, there's a lot to talk about. We're gonna tell you the latest heartbreaking news: the death of Malcolm-Jamal Warner, plus Tyler Perry cutting off his family who was trying to take his bag. Also, Tisha Campbell saying she's never been on a date. How can that be real? And the drama that went down on this week's episode of King's Court, and so much more. We have a lot going on today. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, he passed away, and there were lots of rumors around his death. Officials have now confirmed that the cause of death, they say he was swimming with his 8-year-old daughter when they got into trouble. Surfers rushed in. One saved his daughter, and another helped pull him to shore. Sadly, despite 45 minutes of CPR, Malcolm could not be revived. Super sad story. He was on vacation with his wife and daughter, which is going to be so difficult for them. What memories do you have of Malcolm, Erica?
Well, I mean, Gordon Gartrell. Like the Gordon Gartrell episode will just forever live rent free in my head. It's hard. Like it is. I can hardly talk about it without getting emotional because, like, I mean, we really do feel, and I understand why so many people really were mourning and are mourning this loss, even though they may never have met him before, because it does feel like a brother, a cousin, and the way that it happened, just, I mean, my dad's a funeral director. I'm always thinking about when things like this happen. I'm always thinking logistically because that's generally the way that I can contribute to someone to help them during their time of need. I think logistically when they're thinking about matters of the heart, because unfortunately those are it's a balance. And just the idea to be in another country, you're there to get out on a well-earned vacation and to have this happen and how quickly something like this can happen. I was just telling our executive producer, Megan, when my family, it was my mother, my father, my sister, and I, we went to Belize a couple years ago and we're having a great time. We're on a boat, we're in the middle of the ocean, and we had like a few guys who came with us, and they're very familiar, with the landscape. And so one of the guys jumped off and he was, jumped off the boat and he's swimming around. So my sister jumped off behind him. And there was a moment where we realized that both of them were having a lot of difficulty treading the water or swimming in the water. And I went just instinctively, I was going to jump because I could see that my sister was in distress and my father grabbed me and another guy went to help them, like pull them out because he's like, what are you doing? Like now it's, and it can happen. You're relaxed. You are on vacation. You're not, it's like, it's a force of nature. But I know that you had, you actually interviewed him. What was that like?
I did, and I forgot about, like, I had interviewed so many people, so, he was on my show Out Loud with Claudia Jordan, my first show on Fox Soul, and he was awesome to come on there. He was kind, he was talking about his family. I just, I'm like looking at him like, oh my God, I grew up watching you, like, like bow down. Like we didn't really see a lot of Black faces on television, and they had this beautiful Black family on television and positive, and you never heard of him being in any drama. No negativity around his name. No, and no one has anything. Everyone has nothing but nice things to say about him. And it sucks that the good guys, a lot of times, are the ones that get taken from us all too soon. You know what I mean? Where we're like, damn, he stayed out the way. He kept his family pretty private, off the grid. He didn't want anyone to drag them. And this was just a good guy. And this could happen to any of us. He would have been 55 years old, August 18th. And, he leaves his wife and his daughter behind. And this is something that
was with him.
So imagine that trauma. Imagine she's probably like to have a survivor's remorse kind of, why not him? Why me? And, I'm so sad for both of them. So we definitely send our thoughts and prayers. I know that's never enough. What'd you think about Bill Cosby's tribute to Malcolm? Did you see it?
I know that of course everyone was gonna wonder if we were gonna hear from him. So it's like at first when I heard that he, gave a tribute or whatever, I was like, I don't want this to mar the story. Like I don't want it to overshadow this tragedy. But at the same time, had he not said anything, then people would have been looking for that. So I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. The idea that, his son was killed and he and Malcolm had a relationship. I mean, that was definitely a humanizing thing. But I don't want it to become about Bill Cosby.
Exactly.
No, I think Malcolm spoke limitedly and eloquently about his feelings about things. And I just don't want that to be a part of his legacy. I mean, not at the end. I understand the show will always be a part of the legacy, but this man, as in Cosby, I don't want.
And and guess what? It doesn't have to be. So we will move on from that. Rest in peace, Malcolm-Jamal Warner, and your family. You have all our condolences and love from us. All right. If you were rich, and I'm talking billionaire status, would you help your family financially? Now, Erica, I know you're already rich, but before you answer, here's what Tyler Perry had to say on Kirk Franklin's show, Den of Kings. Take a look.
I fired my aunt. She said she wanted a job. She would always call asking for money. I'm like, okay, I was sending the money. I was like, listen, I want to help you. I don't want to help you build this thing, not be welfare to you. So let me give you a job. She wasn't coming in, calling in all the time. I said, okay, well you got to go, because you want me to hand you the money, but you don't want to work for it. See, that doesn't work for me.
He also said he was helping multiple family members because his mom asked him to, but once she died, gotta go. Give them a 60-day notice to get a job. Erica, what do you think of family handouts? And do they be hitting up you and your hubby?
No, my family is my immediate family. We have a great relationship, and the boundaries, like, things happen. And if things happen and I'm in a position to help, then of course, the same way as something happened to me, and if my family was in a position to help, they're going to help me. But the idea of people utilizing people as human ATMs simply because they're well off is not only a disservice to the person that's being hit up for money, it's also a disservice to the person who's asking. It's a crippling effect and making people beholden to other people indefinitely. If you have someone who is, I don't care how rich they are, if you are constantly asking for money and you're not doing anything to help yourself, there is no amount of money that can be given to you that will ever be enough.
Yeah.
So I think that people look at it and they're like, but you got billions of dollars, and why? Okay, well then ask, what was his name? Antoine Walker. Ask, like, who blew through $150 million having like 200 people on his payroll. Ask these former players and athletes about how fast $100 million can be just expended and gone. And what happens to all those people? All of those people who were right on your coattails asking you for money, they're gone too. So,
I mean, the way I've gotten people to like not call me anymore, not be my friend, is to loan the money.
Oh, every time.
It's like, I'm like, damn, like I really thought like we rock with each other, and I like loaned you money, and then because you feel uncomfortable that you haven't paid me back or you don't want to pay me back, you just stop calling me. And I'm like, so I lost the money and the friend for helping me out. And then it's like, I like to help people that don't ask. Like I pay attention. Like I notice when people are going through it and struggling, and I have a family member that I gave a car to, and he just can't ever seem to make ends meet because his limited his education level, but he's a hard worker, and some things have happened in his life that have hurt him. So like when I see him trying, I'll just like say, what's your Zelle? And I'll just send him something. But like when you're constantly asking, like you can't, but it also makes you comfortable. Like, oh, I can always go to her. And I don't want that, but I will try to talk to you about some solutions. Like, have you thought about this? Let me make a phone call for you. Let me see if my friend's hiring. What have you done? Like, tell me. and people that you want to help people that are helping themselves. You know, everyone can have an issue though. I definitely am empathetic to like, you know, how hard it really is out there in these streets, because there's the middle class is pretty much vanished. It's poor and then there's well off at this point, right?
Yeah.
It's very small middle class now. So I get it. I mean, what they're paying people now is just unbelievable, what they expect people to live off. So I get it. And when I can, but I don't want it to feel like once it feels like an obligation, I'm not feeling like I'm giving it out of my good spirit. It's like an obligation, and don't put that pressure on me. Like, don't hit me if I don't pay this by tomorrow, I'm evicted, because then you feel awful. Right. Like,
right. I mean, and that's the thing. When people are asking for money in that capacity, please do not, I am not going to allow your lack of planning to become my emergency.
yeah.
Like, so especially in situations where you knew that this was coming, and then it becomes like a last minute thing. Like, well, I mean, I thought that I would be able, no, you didn't think. And now it's exponentially greater because you failed to plan. So you're planning to fail and you want me to fail with you. Like it's incredibly unfair, especially when you have someone in your life who you know would be willing to help you. And the idea that you're like, okay, the idea that he put people to work, that's another thing.
You know how many people want to work for Tyler Perry?
That tells me everything I need to know. It does not matter how many opportunities you create for people who do not want the opportunity and do not appreciate it. Sometimes you have to look around and be like, oh, well, maybe this is the reason why you are not in this position, because you call in all the time, because this is a guaranteed gig and you can't even show up to do what you were supposed to do.
That's
like
crazy. Not showing up for a job when thousands of people would love to work for I want to work for Tyler Perry. We would love to work for Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, do you produce podcasts? I'm just saying, like, we would love these opportunities. And I love working for my money. Like, I think I like to gamble because I feel like that's like winning against a system, but I don't like just relying on some guy to give me money. No, unless he's my husband, right? That's different. That's not even like giving you, that's like you're supporting each other. But like the sense of security you have and confidence when you know you're out there getting it is very valuable. It gives you confidence. It gives you self-esteem. I couldn't imagine living like that. But you know, fun fact, everyone that screwed me over for money and hasn't paid me back or just disappeared out of my life has been a man, not a man I was dating, but male friends. Yo, see, yo, big money. Yo, you know, can you loan me?
Not big money.
I'm like, yeah, I just need like 3,000. I got this. And they be asking for a lot. Like I've had people ask me for like 7 grand, 10 grand, 5 grand, like not even like normal amounts that you would loan a friend. Like, you know, give me 1,000. No, 500. I remember we were in the casino. I'm like, Erica, I was like cracking. Like, I need another 200 so I could. I'm chasing. You get it right back though. It's gonna be a Cash App or whatever. Yeah. No. But like, I'm torn between. I do hear people's stories and I want to help everyone, but I like to give you a job so you can like work for like 3 years and like stack money. And if I do that, you better not ask me for shit else after that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. One, you said 2 things. The job situation. You can create opportunities for people and then they will straight up look you dead in your face and act like you haven't done anything for them and like you didn't put them in a position to succeed. And then they will punish you for it. They will absolutely punish you for it, where you're like, am I dumb or am I stupid? How did I not see this coming? The other thing you mentioned was that, you know, you don't want to be reliant or, you know, beholden to a man for funds. Unless it was your husband. But here's the thing too. I don't think that you would even be in that situation, because I'm telling you, when you have a complete disconnect, and I'm not saying for, you know, people who have a relationship where one person is staying at home with the children and they're doing the child rearing and all of that. But when you are in a relationship and you are solely there to your presence is what's required, there is something that's very difficult when you don't have a part of it, a part of how the donuts are made. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why, regardless of what the situation is in my marriage, I will always work, because I always want to be a part of how the donuts are made. I don't want to be extracted from the donut factory. I'm just saying.
No, it makes you feel weird. Like I remember being with this guy like years ago. He was like a Olympic athlete, like best in the world record holder, all had mansions. He's Tiffany braids out, was chilling, right? Oh. Anyways, I did not have my money together. I was working, but it wasn't like I wasn't there. And I used to feel like a little not insignificant, but I felt a little less powerful. Like I felt a little less more powerless. Like, damn, I don't like yeah, he's got it. And we living off of his stuff, but I want to get mine. And over the course of a relationship, he like lost everything and I gained. And at the end of it, he owed me a bunch of money, right? Like I'm gonna help you. Or, we're gonna, I remember when you looked out for me, I'm fair like that. Like that's why, you know what? There's a lot of men that like take bits and pieces of this podcast and do think pieces on it. Have you seen that? Where they want to make me to be this bitter, angry, lonely, old spinster woman that just cannot get a man, which is, you really can't believe that. Like, like seriously.
Like the lies.
Like, why would you believe that? I remember when I went my rant about like, I've paid my bills for all these years and I kind of want to like, what it'd be like to like, not. Instead of giving me credit for like you've worked your ass off for all these decades, it was nobody wants her. She's hit the wall. She's not even pretty anymore. And Kevin Samuels would have a field day with her. They're so happy to like
not them resurrecting.
You trying to dig him up and resurrect him to like shame me. I'm like, but aren't I the girl technically that you claim you want, that's self-sufficient, gets it on her own? But then when I joke and say, I'm tired, I want to like, if I could go back, whatever. It's called comedy. It's called fun. It's called sarcasm. I actually get a lot of pride from the money that I work in, the lives that I've helped enrich. Okay. Let's be very clear. I've been a sugar mama. Okay. I know we got a little off topic. Tyler Perry, you did the right thing. Your aunt should not be taking advantage of you. But if you want to, if she's older and you doesn't really have a skill set, ain't nothing wrong with like throwing us some money here and there. But I understand where it feels annoying where, he's helping a lot of people. But he does help strangers. He be paying people's layaway off and all that. Tyler, I need a daddy.
Oh my gosh.
I do. Can you adopt me?
I'm like, you've already called him once on the show, Claudia. I don't know if that messed up your chances.
I wonder if he changed his number. All right. Okay. So look, there's a whole lot. Let's get into this. Our girl, Tisha Campbell, she's opening up about her love life, or should I say her non-existent dating life. Take a look at what she recently said on the podcast Lip Service.
I've never really been asked on a proper date by a man.
Ever?
In my life.
To this
in my
day?
life. In my life.
Wow.
I always had boyfriends. So I went from boyfriend to marriage.
How did you get from point A to B?
What do you mean?
Like, how did you get to know them?
Introduction to boyfriend.
Yeah, like how did somebody become your boyfriend?
Somebody would always I was always like a catch, or they wanted to snatch me up, or
I like that. I like it. We didn't waste time dating. You met me and you knew I was a catch and you just married me. I like that. I feel the same way. I don't really date that much. It's just straight from hello to relationship to over.
I mean, some of us are relationship girlies, but it does kind of concern me that even the ones that she's in relationships with, there wasn't a courtship phase, because that's how that sounds. Like there wasn't a time where he was like making reservations and picking you up to go to a restaurant or taking you on a vacation. Like those things never happened. It went straight to like, I don't know, sweatpants and the couch. Like I'm confused. And also I want people to start having these conversations a little bit more out loud, because here's the thing, much like what you were just talking about with how quickly people want to pick up what you said about wanting to have a man come in, you're tired, and it was all self-deprecating and tongue in cheek. That's the only way that a woman like you is allowed to have those conversations. Because if you had the conversation in the way that we really need to be having conversations like this in front of young women, then people are going to call you everything in the book. High maintenance, bougie, arrogant, all of these things. We need to, especially as women who have lived a life, be very upfront and honest. No, you shouldn't be going straight from what you doing to stopping at Sweats and hanging out on somebody's couch. There should be a mandate that, hey, it doesn't have to be steak and lobster, but show some effort. I mean, aren't there like 2-for-1s at Chili's? Like, do something.
Listen, I think they think from social media that every girl thinks that she's supposed to get a Birkin bag on the first date. There are plenty of us, millions of us, that are okay with, hey, what are you doing on Friday night? Calling in advance, asking, hey, I made a reservation at this restaurant. It doesn't even have to be the top of the top. A place that's cool, that's a classy place, that's fit for a first date. Go. Or even, I like bowling. That is so fun. Going to an arcade, playing games, darts, playing pool, stuff like that. I come for a walk with me. Let's go do 3 miles and go talk and get to know each other while we're talking. I love walking by ponds and looking at turtles. Let's pack a bag and let's go have a picnic somewhere. Let's go to a park and like lay out underneath a tree with a picnic basket and a blanket. That is cute. A drive-in movie, if you can find one of those, that's super cute. I'm giving y'all like great ideas, Al. And if you're nervous about going one-on-one with someone, do a group date, do like a double date with your best friend and her man. And maybe, hey, let's all, like I said, the bowling thing is always a fun thing. It builds camaraderie. You can see how they react when they lose or when they win. Are they a good sport? You can tell a lot about someone when you like do competitive stuff with them. That is fun stuff that makes you feel like a kid again. Go to the carnival, go to a fair, go to the beach. But these men, like, you're not willing to do any of that. You just want to hit me with a WYD followed by me coming over and fucking you, or you flying to me, the man, right? They want us to fly to them and go see them out of town and just hang out at their house. We're not doing that. Whoever may be watching, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Build up. The thing that's missing is the build up mentally, like what it does to a woman or even a man when the art of teasing, right? I meet you, we have dinner, we have drinks, and then maybe it's a kiss on the cheek or a lips or whatever. And you're like, damn, thinking about that person. Like next time, it'll be even more so, or just that feeling of the butterflies. And when they text you and you're smiling and you're like, oh my goodness. And I can't wait to see what next time is. The courting builds that up. So when you finally do go there and you're intimate, so much tension has built up and anticipation. And then you actually know this person and you like them and you have butterflies. It makes it a more magical thing than you meet. What are you doing? We go to your crib, we drink or we smoke weed or whatever. And then somehow you accidentally pull a stick and then we have sex. Okay. That is not dating, y'all. That is just lowbrow. Like it's so much better when there's like an emotional or mental thing going on, don't you think?
Well, and that's what you're talking about. It's like the art of seduction, and it doesn't have to be sexy. Like it doesn't have to be overtly sexual.
Yes.
Big Sis Chris says we are requiring too much, ladies, by expecting proper dates with a eye roll. And here's the thing too.
Miniature golf too. Aqua Boogie says, I'm sorry. So he can put his miniature golf. Yes, well, you can instruct me. Oh, am I doing it right? Does my arm have to be straight or does it have to be?
Well, and here's the other thing too. Comparison is the absolute thief of joy, because I know a lot of women get caught up in this spiral too, because you're out here listening to women saying that they're not going to go and have a date at the Cheesecake Factory. And now all of a sudden, somewhere in your mind, if a man brings you to the Cheesecake Factory, he's shorting you. Well, what do you want?
Ladies, stop with that nonsense. I'm gonna have to talk to we gotta talk to the ladies right now. Stop saying stupid shit like that. Stop. Like, I think everyone is comparing their lives to people they see on Instagram on yachts every single weekend, Birkin bags, Hermes stores. The average person, even wealthy people, are not really living like that every day. They're real. I promise you, they're not. I promise you. Wealthy people are doing simple stuff too. The really wealthy ones. I remember going on a date with someone that was a $50 million man, and we went to Denny's. It wasn't like he was trying to disrespect me. It was like late night after us. It was so fun. It was a long time ago, but it was like we were laughing about that. We could be anywhere, but we're here. Both of us could afford to go anywhere. That shit is fun. It's about getting to know the person. Ladies, if a man wants to take you to a date, to dinner, Everything doesn't need to be Nobu and top of the line. It can be a Cheesecake Factory. Stop letting these goofy ass, clips on social media block your blessings and stop you from meeting a nice guy that actually the fact that a guy wants to even take you out these days because a lot of them are very lazy is admirable. There's nothing wrong with that. We're gonna get to the lobster tails and all that shit later, but like out the gate, like calm down, ladies. Everyone wants to be treated like they're a celebrity and a princess. Relax.
But celebrities aren't doing that either.
No, we're not.
So crazy to me. First of all, Mel NYC Reviews, thank you for the super chat and thank you. I'll figure out where my dress is from because I don't like to gatekeep these things, but this is Rent the Runway, so I don't even own it. I don't buy a ton of clothes. I actually rent most of my clothes and I rent them from Rent the Runway. I've been doing it for years because I did a national talk show. I wore different outfits every day, and it is nonsensical to purchase clothes like that. I mean, these are the things that we just need to be very honest about. I was given a great piece of advice from a business advisor, someone who I have a lot of respect for. Shout out to Buffy Purcell. She knows what she's talking about when she says crawl before you ball. So I have a stylist because it's more economical for them to purchase my clothes than it is for me to purchase them. And then I pay her and then I can write all of that off. That's the only legal way to do it. Mm-hmm. And let me tell you something very clear. My husband is a successful person. He is an amazing person. I love him, love him, love him. One of our first dates was at Popeyes. Now, this is something that people don't realize when you're really being your authentic self. You learn so much about each other by just keeping it 100% honest. Yeah. When that man from Canada took me to Popeyes and he ordered all dark meat, I was like, oh Lord, I know I have found my husband. I was like,
he likes the dark meat now.
And he ordered all dark meat because I was like, oh God, what is he going? It's spicy, all dark meat. And I was like, what? And he's like, well, that's where the flavor is. And I was like, I know.
He knows he married the flavor. Okay. He married the flavor.
But we actually learned things about each other, like where he has a very diverse background in terms of like his friends and his community and how, he learned about different cuisines and culinary arts and all of these things because we went to Popeyes. Now, if I would have gotten all dressed up and brought my representative while he was bringing his representative to a super expensive restaurant, then now it's our representatives talking to each other. But now it was Popeyes and Red Drink. And that's what we did. And it was fun. And I always think about that. And we still get Popeyes. But then also when you're constantly going to the nice restaurants, it does spoil it for you because now it's not as special anymore. If you're always having the shrimp and lobster and martinis, then it just becomes your McDonald's. I'm just telling you.
Popeyes got the best apple pies. They got the ones that McDonald's discontinued that they're so good. I often talk about my, KJ and my ex. We were together for 4 years and we're still like the best of friends. First date was a nice Italian restaurant. Second date was we played cornhole at some pub in Dallas. Third date was bowling. And then after that, we were together for 4 years. Mm-hmm. But from those 3 times, I got to like know him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes, I've done the red carpets and the private jets and all that kind of stuff. Where they at now? I'm just saying, hey, stop, ladies, with that nonsense. I think you're putting an unrealistic bar. You're raising the bar to an unrealistic level, and I think you may be missing out on some good guys. Now, you ain't trying to, be with someone that's homeless, okay,
right,
like that, but they got to have their life together a little bit, but stop setting the high so ridiculous, like you see in music videos, because that's not real life. It's not.
Well, I know we got to go. Megan's gonna kill me, but I just want to add this little button to also give our sisses some tea, okay? Mm-hmm. If you are after a man who is fiscally responsible and really has his portfolio together, he's also clocking your tea. Because if you are that quick to want to spend money in that way all the time, then any fiscally responsible man is also looking out for that. So if you are ready to spend this man's money all the time in irresponsible ways, then that might be the reason why this isn't a longevity, because eventually that money is going to become y'all's money. And he wants to know that he's in it with someone who is looking for longevity as well. So I'm just going to throw that out there that you might be giving the wrong signals, like you're here for a good time and not a long time. by doing that as well.
Because I can't stand those girls that just date for money. I mean, for food. Like you're dating for food. You are a bum. You should be able to feed yourself as an adult woman. Ladies, I gotta say on y'all tonight because I see this too much. Oh, girl, he is gonna go eat. You don't like him. Don't lead him on with that. Don't waste time. I'm not a fan of that. I don't think that's cute at all. I really don't like. Let's not waste each other's time. Men, don't waste time with women you have no good intentions for. Women, don't waste time. Don't flirt and put your ass in someone's face because you want some fettuccine Alfredo. Go buy your own or make it. Learn how to make it like I do. Okay, you are listening to Accidentally Informed. I'm Claudia Jordan with my beautiful co-host Erica Cobb. Let's get to a story that's blowing up our group chat this weekend. The CEO of Astronomer was caught on the kiss cam at a Coldplay concert with the head of HR. And she's not his wife. He has since resigned, and his wife is reportedly hiding out in the couple's $1 million mansion in Maine. Erica, what kind of arrogance does it take to parade your mistress around in public like that? And I got to be shallow for a second because that's what I do. The mistress is nowhere near as cute as the wife. Why are you cheating down? And why are you cheating in public? And why are you cheating, period? What's wrong with you, sir?
See, that... I can go so many directions with this. First of all, I just want to be very clear. Y'all here pooping where you eat and like way to blow up your whole entire life. Okay. Because this is not, you do not want to poop where you eat. Also, now all of these stories are coming out, which of course, a lot of people who work for that company are feeling some type of way because guess what? They already knew who was being favored. I cannot stand when this happens because now I have to play dumb because the person who's my boss can't keep it in his pants. And now this girl's running around thinking that she runs the show when she may not be performing as highly as the other people are performing. She may not be deserving of the position that she's in. And now it does the thing to the whole team where it brings everybody down. This was like the most like snapshot of just this culture in general and where we're at. The idea that you would be in a public place and get caught in this way, you definitely messed with the wrong one karmically. Okay. Because things don't get, you don't get busted like this unless you must have messed with the chosen one. I want to know who that chosen one was. Because when the universe works like this on your behalf and in your favor,
what are the odds? I mean, everyone wants to be like, usually you want to be in the Jumbotron, but what are the odds? Look, she's laughing because she's like, yep, now I got him away from his wife. She's smiling. That girl was laughing. If you run that tape back, the mistress was laughing when she turned back. Watch when she turns around. This is a little shady biatch. Watch. You're going to see the side of her face. She looks like she's smiling. Watch. She's like laughing a little bit. Look, laughing. And everybody in the booth is laughing. Yep, good. They wanted them caught. Those ain't your friends. Your people in that booth were probably from work. In that box, they were like, we are sick and tired of keeping this lie. They was like, yeah. Why would you do that? Why? Listen, I'm not a cheater. And if I did cheat, I would not get caught. I would not be out there in public hugging someone or getting hugged from the back where I could potentially. I always assume I'm going to be on the Jumbotron. Always. I'm like, they're going to find me because I don't get away with shit. I don't get away with anything, so I don't even try it.
Let me tell you, this just unlocked a memory for me because I went to a Nuggets game with a co-host and they put us on the kiss cam and it's just us going, no, like, and we're like, ew, no. And so the entire time, and they left it on there. First of all, it was an inside job because I definitely used to work in that stadium for 5 years. They knew that wasn't my man. So I don't know why you even doing that. But it wasn't like we were just like, what are you doing? Like, this is my brother. Okay. We are at this game together. That's it. So yeah, that is a very abnormal response, which of course just brought more attention to the situation because why are you out there like that, all hugged up in public? But the wife, I really do feel very badly for her. Whatever she decides to do is 100%, I mean, her autonomy and her right to do. I don't have any feelings about how she responds to this because ultimately, as I would say, move strategically. and lightly.
It's really
That's what you do in this situation.
yeah. It's sad that I know like we're like making light of it, but from her point of view, it's probably not his first time, the one he's probably got caught with, right? She probably had her suspicions. And think about how grimy Miss HR had to be. There's probably company parties, Christmas parties, events that the wife saw her. And we always feel something when there's a girl that's after our dude or there's something going on. We are blessed with women's intuition for a reason. I bet you she asked him, I think she likes you. And husband said, oh no, she's just HR, honey. You know, when he comes home late from work, oh, I had to have a meeting with, the team. And the wife probably said, was HR girl there? Oh, no, she wasn't there. Think of all the lies that led up to the actual getting caught. And it wasn't just that night. There was a lot of little things that happened first where she probably was suspicious. And then he probably gaslit the hell out of her. You tripping, you're insecure, you're overreacting. I'm just working. I'm just I'm a hardworking man to try to provide for my family. And she's probably like, oh my God, I'm tripping. And then to see it blow up in front of the entire world, that is humiliating. And I hope they did not have a prenup. And I hope she runs those pockets. Usually I'm not for a woman taking anyone taking half of someone's money, but I'm really not. Like we should do a show about that because my views are not what people would think they would be. But when you do something like this to publicly humiliate your spouse, I think you should get all the smoke. And that bitch was probably in her face at Christmas party, shaking her hand. Hey, honey, how are the kids? And knowing she's sucking my man's penis. Penile. We haven't said that in a while.
You were on a streak for a while there, though. You were on a streak.
I just wanted to show that I had restraint.
Wait, so before we move on to the next story, should we go straight to King's Court? Because we only have about 13 minutes left.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Bravo's new dating show, King's Court, episode 2 aired this week and a lot went down. So let's get into it. Sarah from Shaws of Sunset joined King's Court in group 2. A thought about her being there. What do you think?
I didn't realize that's where she was from. Oh no, I did not realize she was from Shaws of Sunset. But that makes sense because Shaws is being rebooted as the Valley Shaws right now. So maybe this was like a crossover branding opportunity. She did seem a little out of place. Her energy didn't match everyone else's energy. So this felt like it makes sense that this was like more of like a network crossover for sure.
Yeah, agreed. And it's a little weird. Now, full disclosure, I only saw some clips because I have been on the road. I worked Monday and I just got back. I don't know what day it is. Last night. So I have a lot to catch up on, but I did see clips. And listen, this show, Tyson is getting real feisty on that show, isn't he?
He's a Sag man, isn't he?
I think he is.
Yeah. I've been coming for Sag man. I don't know. I'm sorry, Sag man. Y'all just a different breed. So Tyson, right now, Tyson's okay. It's not, he's kind of ramping up towards the end of it. But I do want to talk about Dr. Shawana because Shawana and Thaddeus, I was clocking that tea from episode 1, the moment that he referred to her as aggressive, because I was like, Thaddeus, you know better than to sit on this TV and call a Black woman aggressive. But when he continued to say it, I was like, I don't think maybe he didn't get the memo. Maybe it didn't reach up there.
But can we have a real moment? Was she being aggressive?
No, what she was being, and she was she's a very smart and educated woman. She said, it's not aggressive, I'm assertive. And those are two different things. And that's semantics that we can't get twisted, especially not on a platform like that with a Black woman.
See, I think she was being a little aggressive but that's what they do on reality shows. And that's also what producers tell you to do. Like, hey, get in there. That girl's monopolizing time. And she probably was like, go do it. I think because of the negative connotation that Black women usually get when we are assertive, it would have been cool if he would have said that to her off camera, but then we wouldn't be having this conversation like, hey girl, you kind of pushing the old girl out the way. But yeah, it is important that word aggressive gets put on us. And for some reason, when it gets put on a man, they're a go-getter. And when it gets put on a Black woman, it's different. I don't think being aggressive is a bad thing. But society thinks it's a bad thing when a Black woman does it.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing, and I think this is where I'm kind of like drawing the line. Had he said it episode 1, because I had a visceral reaction when he said it the first time. And then I was like, you know what? Okay, in context, all right, I'll let that slide. But then you say it 2 more times. That's 3 times in 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Like, and now you're labeling her, because we know when you are on a reality show or any show, you become an archetype. So
Yep.
now you have the archetype of the aggressive Black woman, when really she's being assertive. Every single time that he called her that was not her being aggressive.
Right.
She was definitely forward. She knows what she wants, but also she's a woman who's successful. Of course, she's going to know what she wants. So I'm glad that, one, I'm glad she had the conversation with him, but more importantly, I'm glad that Thaddeus, the way that he responded, he listened.
Chef's kiss at Thaddeus.
Attentive. He acknowledged that he had spoken out of turn and that he would be do better next time, and the reasons why that wasn't the right thing to do. And that moment was really something where it like really endeared him to me, because I'm like, that's all that people are asking for. It doesn't have to become like a him versus me type thing. If someone says that there's something that makes them uncomfortable, it's your responsibility to listen, and you don't have to say like, I'm wrong, but at least apologize or accept the idea that you did something that hurt someone else. And that's all you can do.
Thaddeus really impressed me with the way that he responded. He could have gotten defensive and said, wait, what you were, or I'm not wrong for saying that. You were. He could have done that. And there'd be a bunch of people, especially the male podcast society, that would have been right on there like, yeah, caveman. And the way that he listened to her and didn't interrupt her, let her express herself and explain to him how that can affect her and apologize. We got love for you, Thaddeus, just for that alone, because that's all people want, is to be heard and be understood. And you did. And now he likes that aggressiveness, assertiveness. Actually, I think he likes it though. He likes,
I think he likes to be put in his place. Like, he wants someone who has strong boundaries.
And she showed him.
Yeah, and it kind of made me think, like, was he doing that on purpose to test her? Like, because at first I was like, and then I'm like, and then I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, I thought that was his brightest, it was a beautiful moment, and I really appreciated seeing that play out. But I got to ask you about Lexi.
Oh, real quick. There will be no Thaddeus slander, because he looks like he be breaking backs, and I'm here for it. Christina.
Thaddeus is a very sexy man. Okay. Like, he is.
Do you think he breaks backs? I think he's probably
respectfully
gifted.
Respectfully, he's a very sexy man. And it's not even like just an aesthetic thing. It's how he carries himself. Yes.
Right. People, listen, men fall in love with what they see. Women fall in love with what they hear and over the phone. That's why we be like, call me. You didn't call me. We love listening to your voice. We are having our eyes closed sometimes, listen to your voice, the tone of your voice, how you choose your words. That is what's sexy to a lot of women. I would say we fall in love on the phone. Y'all fall in love in like what you see. So,
Claudia, I'm just going to put this out there. I don't know what ends up happening at the end, obviously, but I would really like Thaddeus for you. Just saying. Monique King says it was a masterclass in communication both ways. I absolutely agree. I'm going to put this out here. Informers, let me know what you think. Do you think that Thaddeus and Claudia would make a good couple? I've been episode 2. I was like, I don't want to get on Dr. Shawanna's bad side here, but I'm looking out for my girl. I don't know Dr. Shawanna. I know Claudia.
Let's see where it goes with them. I like that she is putting her foot down and she's letting it be known what she wants. And I'm going to watch the entire thing tonight. And we're gonna have Holly Robinson Peete on the show at some point.
Yes. I'm excited to talk to her. But I have to ask you about Lexi, because Lexi told the other ladies about Carlos's past of cheating. Do you think it was shady or a solid warning?
It's not shady. It's true. anyone that knows the scene and that lives in Miami knows about Mr. Boozer and his history. Not that the past has to be the future, but there's nothing wrong with that, because a man that heard things about a woman on that show would absolutely bring that up. If they heard you were married, you divorced her, got with the mistress, married the mistress, divorced, left her, got with the wife, like the back and forth, like that's what that's word on the street with him. So she did a Google search. They made her look really bad about doing it, but I think you should know what you're getting into. And they really demonized her for that. And I saw how Carlos flipped it and was like, you could have just came to me. And he kind of like made her the bad guy because she brought it up. Listen, Carlos, I know you're new to reality TV, but you're going to get a lot more of this as more interest in the show as it increases. This is just part of the game. I had to go through it. When I went on reality shows, they all kind of lies, the truth and the lies will come out. Everything's going to come out. And you can't really get defensive every time someone asks you. Yes, it's annoying for someone to Google you, but at this point in life and in the game, you really can't be mad at someone that does that, And I don't, Lexi was just doomed from the start because Carlos already had his eyes set on the other girl. Like he beelined and has not looked anywhere else since. You know what I mean?
That's true, but I have a different take, and I do appreciate that your take is in defense of Lexi, because I was like, Lexi, girl, you are going out sad and bad. I do not like this.
He doesn't like her. He doesn't like her.
And the thing about it is, Lexi is clearly a beautiful, accomplished woman. I do not want to see her staring longingly, talking to other men about the idea. I'm talking to Thaddeus about the idea that Carlos isn't messing with her like that because he clearly has decided who he wants to be with.
Yeah.
Now, did you get a bum deal? Yeah. Well, yeah, you did, because you liked a guy who only had eyes, seemingly true eyes, for one person.
So it does appear she's doing it to be bitter, but
exactly, it came across very bitter, and it made me feel uncomfortable for her, because I'm like, here's the thing about just reality television, or it was specifically reality television. If you're going on a reality TV show to find love, this has been my advice for friends who have done this. I'm always like, it's not about who's there on the cast with you. More than likely, you're not going to find true love. I mean, a Cameron and Lauren situation from season 1 of Love is Blind, or, a Tiffany and Brett, like those are so few and far between out of all the seasons. Think about The Bachelor. Think about all of these love shows. You're likely not going to find your Mr. Right or Mrs. Right on the cast, but you are on a main stage where you can show the very best of you when you're on that set.
Yeah.
So think about the people who are outside of the cast. Think about how you want to come across to the viewing public, because your person could be watching, or more importantly, their sister, their mama, their aunt, somebody could be watching to say, hey, I saw this girl. This is the perfect one for you. But when you are all in your feelings over some dude that don't want you, it gives you a bad edit and a bad look. So I was sad for her on that.
It did look bad. We have a comment that said, Queen Bean said, Lexi was not wrong for researching Carlos, but she was not looking out for women. She was angry that she was rejected. Probably so. And understandably, you're on television and he's like kind of dismissing you, like, and like not even giving it. He never really was open to meeting anyone else. Once as soon as he walked in the room, he said, pink dress. And I told you on the first time we started talking about this, he's probably already married to the girl by now. Honestly, like that's how he moves like that. Like he's going to move like that. Okay. I got my friends in Miami. I know word on the street. I got my informers out there. I already know. Okay. But yeah, I think that, and I understand where she's coming from, but I think she also made a mistake by talking to other men about him. Like, what is it going to do to tell Thaddeus or Tyson about it? It makes her look like he's probably like, what? Okay, then it got nothing to do with me. I'm not bonding with you by you telling me about this. Like, that was a mistake for her. She should have gone to him and be like, yo, I looked you up. No, matter of fact, once I saw that he wasn't liking me, I probably would have just checked out. There's not even a need for me to like, hey, girl, let her find out when she finds out.
Or, I mean, if you weren't interested in the other two, then make some friends. I mean, you're staying at this house. It seems like a good time. Like, do some, just enjoy being there because you don't get an opportunity like that all the time. But to be so invested, like your person has to be on the cast. I'm, the chances that that's going to happen are like nearly none.
I could never in a million years be one of the girls getting picked by the men. So I tip my hat to the women that do to compete. And even, with the Dr. Shawana, like having to push another girl out the way and like, excuse me, talk to me. I could never do any of that. Like having to like go up to someone that's in a conversation with another woman and be like, hey, look at me too. That is going to be so hard. And it's got to be tough on your self-esteem.
Yeah.
Especially for women, where women are used to the men pursuing them. Well, we used to be back in the good old days. Like now, so that would be really, really tough. I know we're running out of time. Tyson only asked out the new girls and no OGs. Does that mean he's a playboy, or does that mean he's just like, hey, I'm just seeing what everybody has to
Well,
offer?
it would be one thing if he was just trying to get to know the new women because he had gotten to know the original women that were there. But then to say to Holly Robinson, Pete, why am I going to have the same meal when there's new lunch or something? He said something like that. Like, why are you?
So he's the opposite of Carlos. Carlos is like beeline for one, and Tyson's like, hey, Fiesta, oh, we got a new batch. Let me try this one. Let me try that one. Let me try this one. Let me try this one.
He thinks that he's at the Playboy Mansion. Like he thinks that everyone is like, catering to him, which is a weird juxtaposition because he's also trying to play wounded lover. Remember, he's talking about the fact that his heart has been broken. A woman wronged him.
It was a model he was with, and I remember that there was a public breakup, and I think she got with someone else that wasn't famous, and he was like, crushed over it. It was a long time ago, though. It was like over 10 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
And this is what you want to present and say that you're like, I'm wounded, but wait, I don't want the tacos. Give me the burritos. Like what is happening here?
The fact that he saw a girl on the show that he actually complimented in her DMs and said she was beautiful and she's drop dead gorgeous. I would take that as a sign. Like, what are the odds I'm placed on a show with the person I was crushing on online? I would probably explore that first before I go checking out the other people, because it's gonna make that person feel like insignificant. Like, wait, what? Like, we already had somewhat of a connection. Let's explore it first before we go trying out other things. Plus, you're doing it in front of camera, so it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Christine says, Claudia, just tell us they got married because I think you know the tea. What's the tea? No, I don't know. I just know of Carlos. Like, and I've heard his story before. So he definitely likes to get married. So I think I would not be surprised. I haven't seen him around or even talked to him in a long time. I could see him around sometimes. I've seen him around a couple times. So I don't, that's why I said from what I know, I would not be surprised if he is like proposing to someone by the end of this and they're married. Like, I could see that happening.
Okay. Well, you did before we wrap, you did say something about Brickell, who was the one that Tyson slid into her DMs. She eliminated herself, and then Lexi eliminated herself, which I think was a good move because I think that Lexi just couldn't emotionally handle it. What did you think about them eliminating themselves as opposed to going with the system and allowing themselves to be eliminated?
Hell yeah, ladies. Don't let someone that you don't even want anymore make you feel bad. That's like, I broke up with you first. It's petty, but if it helps you heal and move forward, then go for it. I like that, because ain't nothing worse than getting broken up with by someone that you want to break up with first. So at least get a little bit of your like dignity back, a little bit of like you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't even want to be with you, and you gonna break up me on TV? No, or break it off or dismiss me on television? Absolutely not. I'm gonna take myself out. And I think that was, for Tyson, I wonder if he like regrets it, because Raquel was gorgeous. And Anisha says, all he said is she's beautiful. And she said, thank you. That's not a connection. It's not a connection per se. Well, it is a minor connection. It's like at least you got through there's a physical attraction there. Mm-hmm. And that's hard to get, like a mutual physical attraction. Usually one person likes the person, the other. All right. I don't know if we have time for this. Do you think we should, real quick on this groom that went viral?
I'm not hearing anything from our producer.
Okay, I'm gonna go for it. A groom is going viral for his unique entrance into his own wedding. Take a look.
My name is John. J to the ER. Got an OG. You get me back then, you can call me C-O-R-R-O-C ho. Spider pan in the fire. Using man's #1 supplier.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go now.
This is what we doing. So cringe, so annoying. So you came out to you and your boy rapping Jay-Z lyrics, not even getting them right. Okay, you messed up on a little bit of it, and you thought you ate. He had a microphone on. He thought that was pre-thought out. That is so corny. And their poor this is why grooms don't have entrances into weddings. You just walk your ass to the front and you wait for me when I get there. This is so whack and embarrassing.
I just want to know,
Corny.
did her daddy pay for that? Because if
I need a refund.
Because if I was the bride's daddy, I would have snatched him so fast. Like, I did not spend all this money on my daughter's wedding for you to pretend to be Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
That's not what we hear.
Where is the romance? Where is the message? My name is H, and he said, what do you call himself? Something. It's a gangster song. It's not even like singing. Or
he better have paid for that wedding, because I know this much. If my daddy paid for the wedding and you over here talking about you CEO, I guarantee you Roosevelt Cobb is going to be having an invoice on your doorstep.
Okay, Roosevelt Cobb, come
on the next day. It's going to be a Venmo request.
Please.
Okay, Mr. CEO.
You are saying you're rapping another man's lyrics. Who are you talking to? Is that the song to your bride? You better be singing some goddamn Eric Benet, some Kenny Lattimore. He's canceled, but even some Brian McKnight, some Silk, some Jodeci, some Boys to Men. I don't get these dudes. Dick riding Jay-Z on my wedding day. Exactly. I love Jay-Z. His music is fire. That should be for the reception, my G. The wedding. The wedding. I need his bride. I need her on the line.
Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta. Oh my gosh. I'm glad we did that. I know they mad at us. I'm sorry, Megan and Peter. I'm mad. I know you mad. I'm sorry. We had to do that. I'm glad we had to do it.
I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry, production. Megan and Peter. Y'all are great. Oh my God, Megan and Peter? That's Family Guy.
Is it?
Family Guy, the dad is Peter and the daughter is Meg, and they always trash her. They always mistreat her.
Well, we treat Megan very well until we go Megan. 10 minutes over. Oh my gosh. All right. So we did get a confirmation from Carlos for next week, right?
I think so.
Okay. So Carlos King is allegedly in my Carlos King voice.
And maybe one of the housewives.
All right. Okay. All right, Claudia, you get some rest. We know that you out here, you killing it.
I'll be in LA tomorrow.
Rest. Take care of yourself. Send me the dates so I can figure out which premiere I am going to attend, because otherwise, I think
the New York one is what we need to just show out in New York.
All right.
You know,
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there with a banner, like, go Claudia,
like Young Miami did for Diddy at the BET Awards. At the award show, and she's like, go Poppy.
Especially because I've been accused for caping for Claudia. Maybe I'll have a cape with your name on the back of it. Like,
are you serious? Hey, informers, thank you so much for telling a friend. Please tell more friends. Let's grow this thing. Let's build this thing out. We will be one day. We're going to be coming doing a little tour. You'll see us in person one day. So let's just build this thing bigger and better. Los, I will be sending Erica Cobb to your podcast very soon. She's confirmed for whatever.
Yes.
Confirmed. And we're going to have fun. Please tell a friend. And thank you, Erica. It's been fun as always.
Thank you. Subscribe.
Accidentally Informed where?
We can't guarantee you'll learn something, but you did today.
You learned to never rap Jay-Z at your wedding. Okay. We'll see y'all next.
Put it on, girl. Let me see it. Put it on, girl. Let me see it.